What's the craziest thing you've ever agreed to do? Well, for me and my friend Jordan, that probably would have been asking to go paragliding in Vietnam, completely off of an Instagram DM. Yeah, you heard that right. While looking for things to do in Vietnam, we stumbled upon a small Instagram account belonging to a paragliding club in DaNang. Without any real website or contact info, we sent them a DM. And to our surprise, they said yeah. And with that, we were off on our new adventure in DaNang.
All right, we just made it out of the car. Now we gotta try to find them. They said to meet at like some weird spot near the palm trees, but there's palm trees everywhere, so it doesn't really help us. So we gotta figure this out. All right, update, we found them. This is kind of sketch, so let's hope we don't die. Oh my God, this is so sketchy.
Okay, welcome.
Whoa, we made it to the jump zone. We're basically just gonna run off that cliff right there. Hopefully everything works out. This is wild. Well, you can see in the distance behind me, some of the road down there is what we're hopefully gonna be motorbiking on a little bit later. So we're gonna get a preview of some of those views, hopefully in the air. Let's hope we stay in the air. It's kind of nice up here though. You can see the entire city, but we had to go through a few gates, and apparently it looks like this kind of like a military base type thing, because we drove by a few like different soldiers that kind of stopped us, but apparently the guys know them, so we were all set, I think. I don't even know. So it looks like there's actually only one parachute, so I guess one of us is gonna go, and then they're gonna have to drive all the way back up the mountain for the other one to go. So one of us might not be jumping for like an hour, but it's all right. Can't get enough of these views.
I say stop, you stop. Okay. Okay. No jump. And no. Oh no. Okay. Run. Very hard. Yeah. The light on the sea.
Okay, so that just happened. Everything worked out, I'm all good, but that was incredible. Honestly, so much more than I expected. Like, I've been skydiving a couple times, and skydiving, don't get me wrong, that's insane, but like, I don't know, this was like so much more like calm. Like I could actually like feel like I could breathe and like enjoy it and look around, and the views were insane. You know, just the whole city, mountains, ocean, and all those boats coming in was really cool. But now we gotta wait for Jordan. He's still at the top of that mountain back there where we jumped off. So it's probably gonna be like 20-30 minutes before he lands on the beach, but we'll get some cool videos of him coming in. For now, I'm just hanging out. All right, update. It's been what feels like an hour and Jordan has still not jumped yet. I think it's because I had to drive all the way up, reset up, and that's a huge process, but it's probably been like a half hour, 40 minutes, but I don't know, it feels like forever. But he texted me, I think he's about to jump soon, hopefully, so hopefully. All right, I think we have liftoff. All right, well, it's about damn time. I finally see them. It's kind of hard to make out on the camera, but they just took off. So hopefully in like 10 or so minutes, they should be coming right down over the water and we'll get a cool shot of them landing. All right, well, they just landed behind me. About to go meet up with them. It looks even better from the ground view, just seeing those parachutes come down. It looks so like smooth and graceful. You what?
We ended up in the bushes, so we had to stop on our first one.
Oh my God. Man, that was awesome. We got to fly like all over the temples and stuff and over the big Buddha. Going down that mountain was crazy. Those views, whew.
Helmet? Yeah. You sounded really funny.
All right, so overall thoughts, it looked really sketchy in the beginning, but it ended up being one of the best experiences so far here in Vietnam. Yeah, I'll pop up the name down below because I don't know it off my head, but if you guys are ever in DaNang, definitely hit them up. They do awesome paragliding and it's definitely not as sketchy as it may have seemed. They just don't think they have like a website or anything, so we had to go through their Instagram. But anyway, it worked out and our guide was like super funny. Like basically Jordan ended up, I'll show you that video right now, but he ended up like running into a bush off the takeoff, so they had to redo it. And the guy's like the nicest guy. He thought it was like the funniest thing ever. And the people here are just so like, they have such good hospitality. They're so friendly. And we were actually walking across the street and we found this gorgeous, beautiful temple in front of me, and there's nobody here, so I think you can just walk right in. So we'll explore that for a bit, and then eventually we'll hop on some motorbikes and explore the rest of the island. So I don't know too much about like the Buddhism religion and all that stuff, but one thing I do know is they spend a hell of a long time like working on every little detail. These buildings, like, it's insane how much detail is put into it. And it's crazy enough that there's just like one of these, but no, there's like hundreds and thousands all over like Vietnam and Southeast Asia. It's incredible. All right, that was beautiful, and we got to see those little puppies with their mom. That was so cute. But anyway, we're making our way out of the temple, and we're about to go walk down the beach a little bit, maybe grab some food, and then eventually we'll hop on some motorbikes. There's this beautiful little like beach club area, so I think we're gonna eat right here, but it's kind of cool. They have like these swings right on the beach with the palm trees and water. It's really cool.
After processing all that's happened today, we took some time to chill back at our hotel before heading out a bit later in the day to try and rent some motorbikes.
Alright, so we made it to the shop and we're gonna practice like on this little street before we actually get on the real road because I'm a little nervous. Well, we just had our first experience at a Vietnamese gas station. Interesting. Made it to this beautiful viewing area. It's insane. All right, so we got the little viewing area, but we're actually about to head up. We still got like 7 more kilometers of road that we're allowed to drive on with our bikes. So we're gonna keep going. Well, we made it to another gorgeous viewing point. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this bike. You just kind of stay to the right side. We've already passed a few people, so getting a little more confident. But just kind of yield to cars and trucks and stuff like that. But we already rode on the highway too, which is like the busiest road in all of DaNang. So I think we're doing pretty good so far. But yeah, now I climbed up this big rock right here. And just kind of chilling out. We know that we got like all that coastline left to cover. I think it's like a few more kilometers before we have to turn back. And then we're going to stop at a bunch more viewing points that we passed on the way here. And yeah, we'll just see where it takes us. But I definitely think I'm starting to get the hang of it. I was really nervous at first. Me and Jordan both. Like in America, you have rules on the road. Yeah, that's not really a thing here. You just kind of drive and they say the traffic works like water. It just kind of flows and works, I guess. But yeah, so definitely getting a little more confident. Driving on this road is just one of the most beautiful things ever. Let's keep going. All right, so we just made a quick pit stop because there's actually 3 monkeys up here, just in the wild. Yeah, we were basically just driving out the motorbikes and I looked to my right and I saw like 3 monkeys on that tree. They just hopped across the road now. But this little like island peninsula type thing is actually nicknamed Monkey Mountain. And now you can kind of see why. There's signs posted up that you can actually see these monkeys all over the island. So it's kind of cool to see them. I passed, I think, one other like very early on. But yeah, I think we still have like maybe a kilometer or less up this road and I'm gonna have to turn around, but we'll hit all those viewpoints that we passed on the way here. Maybe see some more monkeys or some other cool things. We'll see. This is the upper. Well, these monkeys are everywhere. There's like one down there, one up there, a bunch more over there, one there. They're everywhere. This guy was actually just kind of feeding them, so he got some really cool videos and pictures. But yeah, so the gate that we can't go past is actually just ahead of us. So we're gonna start heading back and we'll hit all those viewpoints that we didn't already hit. Just driving on this road is so fun. Just pulled over right here. How about this view? You got the city, the sunset, and the ocean. It's absolutely beautiful. I think the plan is we're actually gonna sit here for a bit and kind of watch the sun go down and get some beautiful shots of that over the city. It's just so nice being up here. You can actually see the Pagonia over there and the big Buddha statue that we drove by. that was a beautiful sunset. I actually did manage to get the drone up because the wind kind of died down. Got some awesome shots of Jordan on the bike. But yeah, so I think we're gonna head on out back to the hotel, which is somewhere over there in the city, get to like ride along the beach. Because I don't know if these street lights turn on and I'm not trying to ride on the windy mountain in the dark. Well, we just found some more monkeys on the way home. Well, that was an unreal experience. We just saw baby monkeys like with their mom. These people were actually like feeding them and it was getting bottle fed. I don't know if it's the best thing for them, but it was so darn cute. So yeah, it's still getting late and Jordan doesn't have a headlight, so we're gonna keep on going. After getting lost for probably like 30 minutes in the city, we ended up going over the bridge onto the other side of the river. That was my fault, but it was kind of hard to navigate and then focus on driving and all this stuff. But anyway, we ended up making it in the garage now. All right, so we made it up onto the roof. This is our rooftop pool and the view. It's crazy. This hotel was actually $16 US a night. So split between the both of us, it's only $8 a night. It's just wild how far your money goes in this country and Southeast Asia in general. We made it to one of DaNang's other most famous attractions, Bana Hills. So we're basically gonna take the chairlift all the way up the mountain, and it's basically like an amusement park, and they have this really famous bridge that's like all over Instagram from DaNang. They said it's gonna be a little foggy, but hopefully it turns out okay. We'll find out. So we only have a few hours here before we have to head out to catch our flight to Hong Kong, but we're gonna make the most of it and check out the area, the rides, and hopefully get some good views. First impressions of this theme park. It kind of has a similar feel to like Universal in Orlando, like the Harry Potter world, kind of mixed with like Epcot and stuff. It's just really cool. Like they have all sorts of countries, cuisines and stuff, and the theming is incredible. Well, it looks like that's what it's supposed to look like when there's no fog. So we're in line to try some Vietnamese donuts right now. They smell so good. All right, these look interesting. All right, here we go. First bite. We'll see if they taste as good as they smell. Oh my God, these are so good. The best thing too is for two of them, it was like $2 US, which in the States, this would probably be like $6 or something. It's good and bad. It's cheap, but eat a lot, you'll get really fat.
Despite the fog blocking pretty much all of the view, this was still a great way to end our time here in DaNang. It's safe to say this was one of my more nerve-wracking trips, but definitely one of my favorites. Although this idea of jumping off a cliff with a stranger raised a few concerns, I'm very glad I was able to push myself to do so. I try to look at fear as a wall standing between me and the memory of a lifetime. The hardest part is finding a way to get over that wall. Vietnam turned out to surprise me, having some of the nicest and most welcoming people I've ever met. And I left Vietnam feeling very excited to come back and explore the rest of the country. So thanks to everyone for watching this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as we're trying to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And be sure to tune in next time as I continue my journey around the world.